It's senior year. The world is supposed to be magical, full of promposals, last chances, and slow motion walks down high school hallways. And in the middle of all that glitter and noise is Liz Buxbaum, our main character. Liz isn't just your average hopeless romantic. She is straight up programmed for love stories. Why? Because her mom, before she passed away, raised Liz on a steady diet of romantic comedies. They didn't just watch them, they lived them. Every big lesson, every dream, every plan for the future, it was all rooted in those movies. So Liz has been waiting her whole life for her story to play out like one of those films. She wants the grand gestures, the perfect soundtrack, the happy ending with a guy who checks every movie hero box. And if she's honest, she also wants it because it feels like the last way to stay close to her mom. Living out that story is how she keeps her alive. Sweet, right? But also heartbreaking, because it means Liz is stuck chasing a script instead of, real life. And then, boom, the universe drops a bombshell. Michael. Yes, that Michael. Her childhood crush, the one who was basically a middle school god in her eyes, the boy who left town years ago, he's back. Right here, right now. It's like fate pressed play on her rom-com. Liz is convinced this is it, the moment she's been waiting for. Michael is charming, cute, and oh so perfect for the role of leading man in Liz's dream movie. But, and it's a big but, he's not exactly falling at her feet. Nope. Michael is suddenly hanging around Lainey, the girl Liz has despised since grade school. Lainey was that mean girl type who made Liz's childhood miserable. Imagine watching your dream crush cozy up to the person you can't stand most in the world. Total nightmare. But Liz, she refuses to let the dream die. She decides Michael is hers, and she will have her cinematic happy ending no matter what. Now let's talk about Wes. Wes Bennett, Liz's next-door neighbor, her sworn enemy. The boy who has been annoying her since they were little kids. Their feud? Legendary. They fight over everything, especially the parking spot in front of their houses. Glitter bombs, loud music, blocking cars. If it's petty, they've done it. Liz has him permanently cast as villain in her life movie. But fate has jokes, because Michael happens to be friends with Wes, which means if Liz wants Michael, she has to deal with Wes. So Liz does the unthinkable. She offers Wes her beloved parking spot if he'll help her get close to Michael. And Wes, being Wes, smirks and agrees. He's entertained, maybe even a little curious about how far Liz will go. And just like that, her worst enemy becomes her wingman. Cue the chaos montage. At Wes's party, Liz shows up ready to dazzle Michael. She's in the perfect outfit, rehearsed all her lines in the mirror. This is her shot. And then a drunk girl vomits on her, like all over her dress. The music cuts in her head, the spotlight turns off, her big moment is ruined. Liz is ready to crawl into a hole, but who's there helping her clean up, cracking jokes to make her laugh, making sure she doesn't fall apart? Not Michael. Wes. Yep, the guy she claims to hate. Then there's the basketball game. Liz is in the bleachers trying to casually catch Michael's attention when, bam, a basketball slams into her face. Instant bloody nose, instant humiliation. Once again, Michael doesn't swoop in. It's Wes who rushes her to the hospital, stays with her, makes her laugh through the pain. And in that sterile hospital lighting, something shifts. Liz sees a side of Wes she's never let herself notice before. He's not just the annoying boy next door. He's kind, protective, funny, and dare I say it, sweet. But Liz is stubborn. She's locked into her script. She and Wes come up with a plan. They'll pretend Liz has been into Wes forever to make Michael jealous. The idea is, if Michael thinks he's losing Liz, he'll finally step up and claim her as his prom date. Genius, right? Wrong. Because here's what actually happens. Liz and Wes spend all this fake flirty time together, and the chemistry between them is so real it's almost painful. Every laugh, every inside joke, every stolen glance, none of it feels fake. And both of them know it. Even Michael knows it. He literally tells Liz she should be with Wes multiple times. Imagine your crush pointing out that you've got sparks with someone else. That's how obvious it is. But Liz, she's still clinging to the dream, chasing Michael like he's some golden ticket to her mom's approval. Meanwhile, real life is crumbling. Liz keeps lying to Joss, her best friend, to cover up the scheme. Joss starts to feel like Liz doesn't care about her anymore. Liz pushes away Helena, her stepmom, every time Helena tries to connect. She feels guilty for letting Helena in, like it's betraying her mom's memory. It's messy, and Liz doesn't see the damage until it's too late. Then comes prom. The grand finale, right? Liz has the sparkly dress. Michael has finally asked her. Everything looks picture perfect. But inside, Liz feels hollow. She and Joss fight, fuss. Joss calls her out for lying and being selfish. Liz lashes out at Helena, cruelly telling her she's not her real mom. And across the room, she sees Wes dancing with Alex, the sweet girl who's always liked him. It's like the ground falls out beneath her, because in that moment, she knows Michael was never the one. Wes was, and she might have just lost him. Dancing with Michael feels like a scene she's watched 1,000 times in her favorite movies, but it's empty. It's flat. There's no spark, no joy. It's the wrong story, and Liz finally realizes it. The next day, Liz starts cleaning up her mess. She apologizes to Joss, admits how wrong she's been. She has a real emotional talk with Helena, finally letting her in, and realizing loving Helena doesn't mean she's replacing her mom. And she even tells Michael to give Lainey a chance because she knows he deserves someone who actually wants him, not someone who's been using him as a prop. But Wes, that's unfinished business. Liz grabs this little promise stone, something sentimental from their past, and runs through the rain to find him. Because, of course, it's raining. This is her movie moment, only it's real this time. She finds Wes, blurts out everything she's been holding in, how she was blind, how she loves him, how it was always him, even when she didn't realize it. And Wes, bless him, admits he's been falling for her too. And then they kiss. Not a neat, scripted kiss, a real one. Messy, desperate, rain-soaked, heart-stopping. And it's better than any movie Liz has ever seen. Because it's real. The epilogue? Liz and Wes are still together, heading off to UCLA, still teasing each other, still bickering, still hopelessly in love. Liz finally understands life doesn't have to follow a script to be magical. Sometimes the unscripted moments, the unexpected people, the mess and the chaos, those are what make it better than the movies. And honestly, that's the point. Liz thought chasing Michael would make her story perfect, but it wasn't about him. It was about realizing the person she kept shoving into the villain role was actually her hero all along. So here's the question for you. How many of us are chasing a Michael in our lives, something or someone we think we're supposed to want, while ignoring the Wes who's right there, making us laugh when we're covered in metaphorical puke? If you made it to the end of this recap, congrats. You've basically lived through a rom-com in storytelling form. Drop your thoughts below. Were you Team Michael for even a second? Or did you know from the glitter bomb parking wars that Wes was the end game?